Alright, Power Trick or Trade Sandro here on Stock Twits. In this video, I'm going to be talking about UNH and AIG option trades. Alright, so let's take a look at UNH. Okay, so UNH is set up to test 162 to 165. The January 20th 160 calls are good to use. So these options are the ones we're going to be talking about. And I'll be talking about another one as well. But for right now, in this segment of the video for the calls, we're going to talk about the January 20th 160 call options. Okay. Looks like, give me a second here. Okay. Looks like the software. So anyways, I'm going to leave. Anyways, UNH needs to break above 154 on some good action volume. Good action volume is 500K on a 15-minute chart. If the volume is less than that, then watch this base. So basically, like I said here, before we get to the first entry, we're going to look for this to break above 154 on some good action volume. And that, in this case, is 500K. Now, if the volume is not there, we're going to watch the space above 154 and look for power towards 154.5 to 155. The point is you want to look for some sort of strong price action if we don't get the volume and on a good volume as we break a 154. And the reason why is this stock could need some time to chop. So you need the volume, not just that it moves, okay? And that'll be pretty clear. And if it's not, then you would want to watch it basically and look for some strength. And usually the stock will show some strength. It may show some strength towards 154.5. It might do it towards 155. But you've got to look for something to engage. Now, we're going to look at the options here. That's very important. So here I am on the Yahoo Finance board, and here we're going to click options. Okay. And then we're going to select January 20th, 2017. So we're going to look at the January 20th, 2017 options. And then we're going to scroll down and look at the options prices for $160 a share, right? So, I mean, $160, the 160, what the calls are. Now, they're worth right now, they're trading at 186 to 203. What that means is that the options are trading for, well, at this close exactly, around $200 to control 100 shares of UNH. Just simply for 100 shares, right? So you could buy 10 of these options. That's if we, this is just a base reference number, but that's what the closing price of this is at 152. So think about this carefully. Do you think that this will not be worth 300% if we would go to one of the targets that I mentioned, like 162 to 165? You bet your bottom dollar these options would go that high. Now, if someone didn't want to invest this much, you could also look for the 165s. Now, they won't gain as much, but they could do about 100 to 150% gains, maybe even 200% gains, right? And they have a pretty good spread, interesting spread on these 165 calls. So look at, basically, I'm going to give you another tip. You can see that there's a lot of trading of options right now for the $150 area. See that? Look at that. Of course, they're a lot more expensive, right? But look at, these. Just to give you an example, this is a perfect example. So this stock is trading at 152. Okay, these options. Okay, just to give you an example, just think about this. They're worth $6. Okay, and it's $2 in the money. Think about this now. Do you see where how much how this could be 300%? Especially if this was going to the money, right? These would double times 50%. We'll say these could probably turn to about $3 a piece. The 165. If we were to hit 160, they'd probably be worth about $3, right? Because look what in the money. What? Now this is just a little bit out of the money. Just a little bit below, right? But it's still a few dollars below. But they're already they're worth about $4. So think about it. This gives you an idea, okay? And of course, these options are trading. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of trading in this. There's a 15-cent spread, not too bad. So if you wanted to buy less options and you make a lot of money, you could even go with the 150 calls if you want. But just to give you an example, the ones I would look for is the 150, the 160, 165. So you take a choice. But the investment is you need to understand. And if anything, if you don't want to take the trades, if you don't want to take the option trades, okay, you can simply just let's go back to the charts. You can simply follow along, and this video will be a reference, okay, and you can then look through these options and see what happens. Okay, people, this is why I'm doing it like this. No one does this. The AIG chart here. We're going to talk about the AIG chart. Just give me 1 sec. All right, so here I filled out the AIG chart. Made a little joke here. See if we can see that. And I'm playing around with this. By the way, this is me, Sandro Power Trick or Trade. Anyways, AIG is set up to test 68 to 69. The January 20th 65 calls are trading well. Okay. Now AIG is pretty close here, but AIG needs to break above 64.70 on some good action volume. Good action volume is 900K on a 10-minute chart. If the volume is there. So basically, you don't want to just jump into AIG unless it shows at that price, because it could need a little bit more time. But if it does, you've got a good reference, so you can tell, if this shows strength and as it tries to break 64.70 with this kind of volume, that'd be a good time to enter. Okay, if not, we're going to watch this base above 64.70, look for power towards 65 to 65 and a half. Okay, but so basically, pay attention to my, and again, these are the references. See the circle I made. I even talked about this in other, I've talked this in my entry video, but I see the circle, that's the date. This is what we're referencing. And this video is made before the move is happening. Okay, this is for people to see. I'm showing a plan. This is all plan structure. Everything I do is planned. I'm very good at making plans. Okay, people. So let's take a look at the options for this for AIG. I do a lot of research in what I do, a lot of scanning, and then I check it all out and see if it's viable plans, and then I talk about the options. I did this for years in StockTwits, showing people and explaining it, but I haven't done it like this for the YouTube community, and this is what I wanted to share on the YouTube community. Again, we can all be following me on all formats: YouTube, StockTwits, yes, Twitter, StockTwits, and YouTube. Okay, let's take a look at AIG. So I'm going to type this. AIG here in the search here, and we'll hit. Shit, 1 second. AIG. Cool. I don't know why I didn't take it. All right, so now we're going to go to the January 20th calls. And we're going to look at now these are really good to use, the 65 calls, right? So look, they're trading at a buck 40, buck 45, right? That's the spread. Look at this. Again, what's interesting is you see the even number. The 60 has 56,000 contracts but the interesting thing is these are trading really well. These 65 calls have a really tight spread. It was kind of strong. AIG, now all the banks are strong, but AIG was one of the strongest, and I like the pattern. And I think this could do about a 150, 200% gain, maybe more. And within that range, 100 to easily 100%. There's to 300% gains, but these calls can do very well. And you can see there's a lot of action. There's a lot of trading happening in this area. Lots of trading. All right, people. And again, you know that options, how much the options cost, right? How much you would buy. If you have a small account, you could buy five options, and if you double your money, imagine, so you're doubling $700 and you're doubling that, and that could happen. You know, with a lot of my trades, sometimes that happens within a few days. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks, right? It depends, right? FedEx did 300%. It took about a couple of weeks, and you could have done more if you knew how to trade it. But that's again not in the scope of what I'm doing with my power trigger trade is showing the system, showing the plans, so people can understand what I'm doing. And then something else will happen in the future that everybody's going to want, because you know what, you're gonna the idea here is for my followers to make money. So you've got to follow what I'm saying, study what I'm saying on the plans, and these videos, they're there. I did all the work. So here I am. We're back at AIG. So go over, listen carefully to the video if before you do anything. Follow along and take a look at the options. These videos are time stamping everything. Because this is again before this is based on the 25th close. Okay, and they're doing this on the weekend. So okay. So what you want to do, people? Give me one sec here. What you want to do, people, if you haven't already, is subscribe to my channel. It's called Power Target Trades. At the end of the video, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my other plans. Listen to my other plans, because this is where everything's stored, so you can see it, right? This is this cat trade. You can see that. There's a GM trade. These are all the new. These are what I put up recently. So a few days ago, I put the GM trade up. This cat, I just put this a few hours ago, well, 6 hours ago, a little bit, and this one here I put a little bit after. So there you have it, people. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, make comments, ask me some questions, get involved. Power Trigger Trade Sandro here, people. This is me again. Going to be talking about a lot more great things here. Don't just making money is one thing, but you know what, your health is another thing. Something, having the discipline for that and understanding that coming from me, someone who practices what he preaches, is really important. That's something people who have a lot of money don't have. They're good at one thing and they're weak at the other. Power Trigger Trade focuses on the two most important things in life. That's your health and your wealth. You need both. Right? When you have from wealth, you want to do good things in your life, okay? And basically, you want to give money to the church, give money to charities. You want to do good things with the money you have. If you have extra money, but you want to take care of your health and you want to do good things for people. And that's what I think you should do if you gain wealth. And I have people that have. Anyways, I'm gonna get into a lot of great stories. So subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of great things that we haven't heard and seen nothing yet. Power Trigger Trade Sandro out. Thanks for listening. Like the video.